Now I know this isn't the typical stuff I make, since this is mainly a martial arts channel, but I absolutely love the Red Dead games and have been theorizing what the future of the series could have in store for all of us. As beloved as the last two protagonists were, it is time to move on, and many of you may be wondering who the next protagonist may be. What if I told you they've already been hinting at this character from the moment the game was first released? Yup, that character is no other than Mac Calendar. But what makes Mac stand out from all the other possible routes they could take with other characters, such as a young Dutch or Hosea when they are first starting the gang, or even Sadie or Charles? Well, the whole overarching theme of the Red Dead games is about the idea of redemption. To be more specific, getting redemption for a lost loved one. In Red Dead Redemption 1, it was Jack getting redemption for John, and in Red Dead Redemption 2, it was John getting redemption for Arthur. Mac's story perfectly fits into place with this since his brother was already killed in the very beginning of Red Dead Redemption 2. And for the people who are saying, but Mac was already killed by Agent Milton,
Spare me the philosophy lesson. I've already heard it from Mac Calendar.
Matt Calendar.
He was pretty shot up by the time I got to him. So really, it was more of a mercy killing.
well, if there's one thing I learned from gaming is that if it's not shown, then you can't make any real conclusions on what actually happened. It could simply be a case of Milton thinking Mac is dead when in reality he survived. Maybe he got shot in the chest but was wearing something that saved him from the bullet. Maybe the bullet grazed his eye and now he needs an eye patch. Maybe Milton tortured him and threw Mac from a cliff, but Mac survived the fall. There are many ways it can be written of how Mac actually survived his run-in with Agent Milton, so I don't think that's too big of an issue. Mac's story can also finally answer the ripe old question of what actually transpired during the Blackwater robbery, since he was also there. I can already imagine it, the Blackwater robbery going south and all hell breaking loose, a cutscene of what Dutch did to that poor girl, Mac seeing his brother get shot and then separated from the gang, Mac surviving his run-in with Agent Milton, and him slowly tracking down his old gang up to the point he reaches Coulter and then sees his brother's grave. This can then set off the main events of Red Dead Redemption 3, and instead of heading out more towards east, wherein Arthur headed, Mac will head towards west to find the team responsible for his brother's death and exact revenge on them. Another reason why I don't think Mac will die this time around is because who are you going to play as after his death? If he indeed was killed by Agent Milton, then what's going to happen? You're going to play as Arthur? Well, that just can't be because what happens immediately after the Blackwater Massacre sets off the events of Red Dead Redemption 2. So I don't see Arthur replacing Mac in the end, and I don't think Rockstar will repeat the same thing for the third time. Now I know these are all just theories, but another piece of evidence that points to why I really think Mac will be the next character is simply because of how the gang talks about him.
Oh, man. Them Calendar boys, they were something else. Now, well, I'll miss them.
Me too, big man. Me too.
Sure is quiet without them Calendar boys around.
Yeah, damn shame.
Spent all my time telling them to shut up. Now I miss it.
Apparently he was something special, very loyal to the gang, beloved by them, well, except for Lenny, and that the Calendar brothers will be missed. You can tell here that Rockstar is trying to avoid the mistake they made in the first game, since Arthur was never mentioned, and now they're inserting just enough about Mac to make his presence felt. He is also the only one in the gang with a completely blank slate. Even Jenny has a drawing of her done by Arthur. With Mac, there's completely nothing. Pretty much done on purpose so Rockstar can come up with a real character design when they start working on the game. Perhaps the biggest line that points to Mac being the next character of Red Dead Redemption is when Bill said,
Heartless son of a bitch. But he had a heart. If that makes any sense.
"Heartless son of a bitch, but he had a heart." This already points to the fact that you as a player can make Mac either good or bad, just like how you can choose to do the same with Arthur and John because of the morale system. Well, that's it for my theory on the next Red Dead Redemption game. Not that it's gonna happen anytime soon, but hopefully when it does come, maybe my theory is at least a bit right.